Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hello and welcome to Weekly Tips. Today I just wanted to delve a little deeper into shading. So go watch the previous video, A Leap into Shading, and you can learn a lot about different light sources there, and yeah, a little bit of intro information into shading. So today I wanted to delve a little deeper into that. So I mentioned like different light sources. One thing I didn't mention is, different shapes and things. So there are different shapes. There are obviously spheres, and then you've got the cuboid shapes. And then you've got the more triangular like shapes. So say prisms with a square base, or cylindrical, circle, triangle, circle, or circle. So cylindrical, flat, cylindrical kind of a thing. With prisms, they can either have circle bases or square bases, or they can even have more sides to it. But you've got hard edge and soft edge basically. With soft edge, you'd have with the shadow, you have kind of a softer form to it. With a more harder shape, you kind of had a harder edged, depending on the light source obviously, but usually you'd have a harder edged shadow towards it. Just because it's got those hard edges. But yeah, anyway, those are the different shapes. And then on top of that, we can have different shapes on top of each other and around each other and interacting with each other, what make things a little more complicated for shading, and in ways of doing it. And you really need to dive deep into understanding this and the relationships between the different shapes, where they sit and things, to help you in shading other things, like if you're shading, for instance, a human body or the head. So for instance, say I was drawing my cat. And if you've seen what I've been doing lately, it features a cat and a hedgehog. So I'm talking to you about the cat. The cat is pretty much built up of a sphere and a triangle for the ears. So in thinking about that, I usually see these as three different shapes, and there's actually a little bit more to it, because you've got the nose, and you've got the lips and everything like that, but the basic form is a sphere and triangles for the ears. And it's the same with shading. Just to get a simple shading, I have my light source here, and you'd basic shape shading that you would do is your darkest areas away from the light, and your light areas towards the light. But also the interaction of the shapes as well, meaning if the light comes from here, this might have a little bit of shadow, depending how on the sphere is actually sitting on the sphere. With the ears, they are less actually less circular, the more kind of like a triangle, like that kind of a thing. With the ears, like more that kind of shape I'm aiming for. So I'd actually use it a bit more like that. So but that means that there'll be shadow on the actual sphere here, which is the way you kind of let them interact with each other. And you've got to find these relationships. You can have like a circle with a triangle, a square on top, and just these simple things, these simple exercises that can really help you understand shading a bit more further, within something more like this, the different shapes on top of each other, and then merging shapes kind of more like this into like a more character-like thing or object that can really help you. So yeah, that's just some easy, simple tips that I've taught about shading. Please let me know if you understood that and how you took that in, and let me know if you want me to actually go further into this and kind of explain it a bit further. Unfortunately, these are only short videos. These are little 5-minute videos to help you out, to get you some knowledge, a little tip each week. But I can keep going on these and keep giving you some more advice and information about these topics. So thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.